What's up?
What's
What's
up?
up?
No, waiting for you to do it.
What's up? Welcome to the
Good
change room.
evening and good afternoon. If
Good
you're in
evening, good
Dubai, it's afternoon now. It's a new time slot live. This is our first one.
Yeah.
You're with Rash and Sam. You're on the change room. Mindful chats for the game of life. And do we have a great topic today? Sam, I clap the hands. You know what that means?
Let's go.
Let's go. What's going on, man? How's your week been? And I'm going to tell you the world of Carlton, what's happening in the world of Carlton in a second. But talk to me about your week and what's going on.
It's been a fantastic week. I mean, really busy, good in the world of like coaching and consulting, which was amazing. And I can't wait to talk about what we're going to talk about today, which is going to be cool. What are we now? Episode 19, right?
Yeah, episode 19.
So that's amazing. Hey, Brandon, what's up? How's it going? We're doing fantastic. Hope you're doing well.
This is the first time I've seen Brandon. Is it the first time I've seen Brandon on?
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe he was before. He was with us before. And so welcome to everyone. Welcome everyone to the change room, where we talk about everything to do with like psychology and behavior and like moves and power moves and stuff that you would normally listen or expect from a change room in the world or the context of sports, life, relationships, etc. And so we welcome everyone here. We're doing a live session. Previous sessions were recorded, and now we've got new members joining us, which is amazing. And now we're going live. Thanks for joining, becoming a member.
Look at the name.
That's insane. Yeah, that's
dynamic,
amazing.
Hypnotic. Stick around. I mean,
he's our type of person.
Yeah, welcome aboard and congratulations. Well, we're happy that you're a member now, and it's got a beautiful picture of Josh Bootsma, which is a classic. It's a funny story. It's too hard to explain to you who Josh Bootsma is.
Yeah. Let's get into the show. What are we talking about, Rash? If you remember now.
Don't you do your hypnotic stuff on me, mate. Listen, today we're talking about business is personal. And I want to start this topic by talking about what that means. So do you want to talk about that first? And then I want to link it to the whole thing with Carlton.
Right. So we came up with this lovely title, basically taking on some feedback from people and some comments that we received on, where do you draw the line? And when we came up with this name called Business is Personal, is because, when people tell you, don't take it personal, or, what they're meaning to say is, don't get frustrated. Look, they're not really, attacking you or threatening you. But they kind of are, like, if you think about it. Like when people tell you not to take it personal, it's almost like they're slipping it, this quick one-liner just to tell you, get on with life and stuff like that. But I have a problem with that, or we have a problem with that. And it's like, how can you separate the person from the event? You're there, you're showing up, and of course we're going to take it personal. So we're human beings, and when we're in a certain situation, either good, bad, or ugly, we're there. So we're experiencing something, right? And these experiences could essentially cause a trigger in the way we behave, the way we respond or react to something. And so business is personal was a cool topic to dissect a little bit and discuss. Same thing with sports. And this is a segue to you, Rash, on the sports side.
So I want to talk about what happened to Carlton on the weekend. Those that are watching that would know, we've lost 2 games in a row. And they were both, let's call them very, very winnable games. And the last one was pretty frustrating. Although we didn't lose by much, still. And this is where I want to talk about it becomes personal, because business is personal. Football is the business, right? The coach's business, he has to take it personal, right? So whatever's happening at the game, whether it's lack of communication or they're getting ahead of themselves or whatever that's happening with the team, it is what it is, what's happened. Now it gets really, really personal, because you've got 6 weeks left for this season, right? So they need to get they need to get into business mode. This is where I wanted to link it with, yes, the business of the footy business is personal. So you got to get into it. And they just snap into it. They've got a pretty easy game this week, but who knows? You never know. They're playing the Kangaroos, but yeah, they really need to do some things this week. There's some changes that have happened already on the team selection. There's about 4 or 5 players coming in on the extended squad that just got announced about an hour ago. So already there's some change happening. So this is the point of getting into the business and getting personal.
Right. Yeah.
And
So,
sorry, I was going to say maybe later we'll show a video of Michael Voss. Those that are watching, please put any comments and out there. But yeah, we've got a video of Michael Voss that we're going to share shortly.
right.
Do you want to do that now, or do you want to do it in a while?
No, I think we'll do it in a bit. The thing is, when we take something personally, that means we want to act upon it. We want to change something. We want to get some feedback or something. And so business is personal, right? In the sense that whatever you're experiencing is something directed for you or at you that you could, learn from. And so growing up, the whole world of evolution and the way we learn things is everything is essentially or technically personal because you're experiencing it. You exist, or that exists. And because that exists, be it an object, a relationship, a game, or a relationship, it's something that you exist, that you're experiencing that. So therefore, how can you not take it personal? And when you do, it can be extremely liberating. And we're going to share a video shortly, which someone that you know probably pretty well, I'm sure, where, it's getting in touch with the human side of you, the deeper side of you that experiences everything, and why that's so important if you want to make some changes in your life, whether you want to get.
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say, and I think that's happened this week, where we're playing the second or third last team, and he's made some changes already. It's like there's changes already, so that's where it becomes personal.
Right.
Sam, you're out. How do we get you back
Yep.
in? What happened there?
Yeah.
Again, I'll give you the controls. Look, Rocco's giving you the the controls, and you don't know what you're doing.
Well, I think, yeah, dude. But I think if you're talking, bro, you should go full frame, right? So, I mean, we should get good at this. We should get good at this. Come on, it's about time.
That way is the arrow. It's the opposite way.
Yeah. So
There's something here. Sociologic. I can't say that.
sociological imagination.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, Gerard.
Yeah. So you could look at things that way, of course. But going back to the topic of taking it personal, it could be extremely liberating when you know that everything that you're experiencing in some way, shape, or form is shaping you, is defining you, right? And because everything has some sort of a feedback. So if you're, with regards to sports and the team and the fact that they've lost a couple of times in a row,
Yeah.
how can you not take it personal? Like if you want to get better at something, then the first step would be to ask, where did things go wrong? Like, let's find out.
How does that become personal? That's what I want to try to understand, or for the viewers to know that, all right, they've lost 2 games in a row. The last one they lost, they should have won. And, on paper, better team and everything else, yet they lost. We didn't lose. Both games we've lost by 2 goals, which is not much, but we were dominated in parts. And I think the coaches, and just my perspective, I'm sure maybe the people watching would probably agree that I think the coach, we lost the selection table and the coach was tinkering too much because we're at the second spot, Sam. So I'm trying to paint the picture for you, right? And we had 2 games ahead, right? So we're second and we've got 2 games ahead of the next person. Now we're level pecking, but we're still second. But we got comfortable. And that I think is where it's a great learning because it's happening now, but it really needs to step up. Yeah. So,
well, the way you put it, the way you framed it, Rash, was something that I'm not very comfortable with. And I'll tell you why.
all right.
Is because it sounds like it's making some sort of excuse. Like we were very close, but we didn't get it. And this didn't happen and that didn't work. So we didn't win it in the second time. So if you position that statement as something that we could have, but we weren't far off. The fact of the matter is that you lost. Okay, so the team lost, and so that when you start to introspect and look and find out why things are not working, that's what I'm talking about. It's like if you're not winning by a tiny margin, then what is happening in that that space of
Mhm.
not pulling through, not realizing how you can win by a massive mark, not
Connection.
just
It's
yeah.
connection. It looks like it's
And
a connection.
that's exactly what I mean by business is personal. It's like taking things personal, not in a negative way. It's not like you should condemn yourself, obviously, but
Mm.
it's what can we learn from this? There has to be some sort of feedback that tells you how you can get better at something. Let's understand. Maybe it's communication, lack of communication. Maybe
Mm.
it's people are the players are not in the mood. Something
How
is
do you get
throwing them off
into it?
mentally. Maybe they're
Maybe they're
that
comfortable, like what we
maybe
said.
they're too comfortable. Maybe they're too comfortable. Maybe that configuration of those specific players on the pitch are not syncing together. But that's all feedback. And the only way you could actually go beyond that is when you learn from it and take it personal. And that's exactly what we're saying. Do you want to play the video for
Yeah, I'm going to play the video. Where is
Boss?
it? So you want to discuss this video after, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Conversations I had with my wife Donna through one of the conversations I had with my wife Donna through the period of time is, we're going through the tough patch. She goes, "Remember you asked for this."
Yeah.
And it was such a really lovely reminder that I'd worked really tirelessly for 8 years to just get another opportunity.
To be in the arena.
To be in the arena.
Yeah.
And sometimes, that comes with where you can dread that. But you got to remind yourself, it's like, geez, I love this. Actually, in the end of the day, before a game, that feeling you have when you don't know what's going to happen,
Yeah.
and the unease that you have around it, that's why I got back in. So otherwise I would just stay in the media. And I wouldn't have had that feeling of, are we going to win or we lose? Because I don't care. Whereas when you're standing there in the arena and you've got something on the line and you can win or you can lose, that's what draws me back. And so, having that feeling of being able to pre-game and see our supporters and see the crowd fill up and the MCG and there's another 86,000 people, almost sit there and just go, take it in and just look around and just go, how good's this?
Yeah.
How good is this? I wouldn't be anywhere else right now.
I'm so pleased.
All right. Break that down, brother. Those who haven't seen that video, I reckon it's a really good video.
I want to talk about two things. One
I want
is
to also what people think of that video, if they put comments there. But go ahead. Go with your 2 points.
so I want to talk about 2 points. One is the reason why we shared that video. I actually saw that video, and I don't want to take it. I know it's in the specific context of the coach's history and and how far he's come and stuff like that. So that's a specific context. And he did mention and allude to winning or losing. I don't care if you win or lose, but going back into the arena is something like wow, right? So I don't want to take it out of context. That's number one. But number two, what struck me the most was, you see how someone is so what's that word, nostalgic about feeling a vibe in that space called the arena, that it means so much. And when it means so much, you can tell from the way he talks that it's personal. So now it's like, because it's so deeply personal, how can you engineer this where you win more than you lose? How about that? That's a good trade-off. And that's the reason, like I said, I don't want to take it out of context.
Or
It was a
win the
nostalgic. What's that?
Or win the ultimate, like more than just winning and losing.
And that comes with,
the marathon.
winning the ultimate comes with some losses, and it should. But I'm
Yeah, of
just
course.
saying that
Yeah.
when the team, the arena means so much to you to that level, you know, then you would think how invested. And I know he's invested, but the question is how much is he invested
No, no, he's
and
invested.
and
Yeah,
figuring out like, taking those losses and saying, you know what, that's totally cool. We're fine with those losses. And perhaps they're even talking about, you know, the lack of communication or something that needs to happen to get them back up. And so that's what I meant by personal, taking it personal to the point where if it means that much to you and it makes you feel a certain way, because you can listen in his voice, the way he says what he says, it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
whoa, you're, I can take a bet that he's willing to really dig deep and, turn the team around to get more wins, obviously. And that's what I meant by taking
No, and
stuff
that's a
from
great
every.
video to highlight that because the Captain Courageous, he does the same, right? He like the last 2 weeks, he's just playing phenomenal. And it was his 200th game last week. It was a big, big event. And the players didn't not that they didn't show the respect, but they didn't perform as they should have. So the captain takes it personal, the coach takes it personal. So what's happening with the team? The team needs to take that personal too. So big hello to
Exactly.
Rocco. Rocco's just joined it. He said that he loves that. And he told me he's happy for you to have the controls. Rocco from the Jumper Punch. We love you, man. Big hello to them. Yeah. So with your course that you've been doing, so explain it like we've explained it now in the sports. And I think we all agree that Michael Voss, he's coaching and he's taken it personal. He's a passionate guy, and he's the leader of men and a whole bunch of different things. So explain to me how that translate, not only because we've just discussed sports, but when you're doing the leadership courses or what you're doing with the CEOs and the teams, how that relates. I know it's quite similar, but just maybe you can explain.
It's very
What,
similar. It's very
yeah.
similar. So I teach this stuff to like organizations in the world of like corporate and business. And recently, when I was in Beirut, actually doing it for a company there, we brought that up. That was, in fact, the theme of the part of the Mindscape session called "Business is Personal," and that gave a different twist or a paradigm to people. In Go ahead, Rash. What do you want?
No. I wanted you to finish. I was just waiting because because those who don't know what Mindscape is, maybe you can explain what that is.
Well, okay. Well, let's continue the thought here right now. Okay.
All
And
right.
and
Yeah.
so business is personal is really, taking things personal because you should. If
Yeah.
you really want to succeed, if you really want to go to the next level, you really want to better yourself and improve and, level up. And it's only when you take it personal. Okay. I'm not saying condemn yourself. I'm not saying hate yourself for anything
No,
or
I
judge
get you.
yourself
It's
for
a
anything.
positive. It's in a
But for
positive way.
everyone's, it's reinforcing the positive on what you're good at, what didn't go so well, and why. And then internalizing it, reflecting on it, and shifting things around in a way where, because we're all learning, right? And when we all learn, we can all get better. So there's certain strengths that we have, and there's certain weaknesses. And
So
so,
would you say like the coach is like the CEO? If we looked at it, same sort of thing,
yes.
like Michael Voss, CEO, and then a
Yep.
director or team leader is Patrick Cripps, but how do you get the rest to follow? That's the point where they
Okay.
take it.
So in that context, it could even be an HR director, someone
Yeah,
who's
that's right. Yeah,
heading talent and acquisition. So
or leadership group. Yeah,
or leadership. And so how would they do it? Well, first starts from the top, right? And the companies that I work with, where I deal with the CEO, the senior management, the owners of the founders, and it's their wish and their desire to change things from the top, right? And they've got to first start making some tough decisions on themselves, and that's
yeah.
where they need to take it personal, right? Because in the land of business, you can win money, you can lose a ton of money, and that's also can be a real severe loss, especially if you go out of business. So it's
It's the
only
same
when
as
you take things personal, start inquiring, reflecting, that your existence is causing certain things to happen in the world. Whether you do something or you don't do something, there's some sort of influence. You play a role. And when you really get that fact that you play a role in society, in the community, in the team that you play with, if you're an athlete, that you have something to do with this. And when you start to see that from a flip side, complete different paradigm, then you'll start making the necessary changes to change. Now, what type of changes are we talking about? Some people are not great communicators. Some people are introverts. Some people are extroverts. So
Some people are selfish.
there's some people are greedy and selfish, whatever it is.
Charlie Curnow could be a bit selfish, but yes, yeah.
The idea is this serving myself and the team? Is this actually helping things move forward? Right?
And
if it isn't,
you do the audit, is that what you do? You do the audit on that?
A full audit. Yeah, exactly. We do a full audit.
And then you work out where the gaps are, and then you create strategies. Is that correct?
Rash. We're going to do a quick timeout, bro. You've been cutting me off for about like 7 times already, bro. Just let me finish a fucking thought, man. Dude, you got me on edge. You got me on edge. So I'm saying that we first do an audit. We find out what people's strengths and weaknesses are, because we all have them. And then we capitalize on those strengths and learn from those weaknesses. So if you want to learn how to speak with people better, then that's where we get into taking a speaking course and find out how to actually formulate and structure our thoughts so we can convey them properly to the next person. Same thing with playing in a team. If you're not great at dribbling, if you're not great at passing, then that could be a weakness. To find out what makes you a better passer. Again, another. So you can apply this to all facets of life. Same thing with relationships with partners. We all have. Let's get something very clear. We all have strengths, something that we're naturally good at, and that resonate with us. We flow with, and there are some things that we're not. Okay, and if the things that we're not good at are affecting or impacting the business or the relationship or even the team negatively, then it's incumbent upon us to inquire, why is it going wrong? What can I learn to do something different? Is there something it's trying to teach me? And I think in the context of a team environment, it's crucial because, as I said in the previous episodes, people are paying big money to see you. And so that increases the stakes. And expectations. So it's absolutely paramount that you understand these strategies that will allow you to shift and understand and get better quickly when you're operating at such a high level.
Okay, there's some comments here which I'm going to just show you that Sam's on fire today. Love it, from Petra Khan. We love having you on the show. We should get him on sometime for our live show that we're going to do soon. And then this one here, you'd like that. Sam goes bang. Bang.
You ain't seen much yet.
Hey, I just want to shift this a little bit. I mean, I think our viewers have got the gist of being personal. And just to wrap this up on the Carlton thing is that the players need to get personal, not just the leader and the coach. That's what I've got out of today. The job of the coach and the leadership is to what you're saying is, or someone that an external, like someone like you, would come in and identify this is our problems. So it could be we have 2 ruckmans, or we have this, or we have that,
right?
And then mitigate that, and then push that through to the players. But the players need to get personal on it, because if they don't get personal on it, they're going to have pretty much the same of the same.
And not only that, and here's where things could get potentially dangerous. When you hush about it, when you stay silent, when you don't say anything about what happened and just brush it to the side and say, hey guys, okay, so we lost first game and then we lost the second game, and nobody says anything about it or does anything about it, that's a potential danger red flag, because not only are you staying quiet, now we've got reason to believe that there's a reason you're staying quiet and you don't want to voice or express yourself, because nobody is. And that's when things can go horribly wrong very, very quickly. That's why I say when you're operating on a high level, when you're operating on a very high level, I throw a red flag immediately. Okay. And to the point where I need to do a shock induction. Like I got to shock the person and say, listen, you gotta change this now. especially at a high level, because if this drags, it makes its way into your neurology, starts festering there, and then you're going to take it as, it's just a harmless thing. We just, brush on the shoulder and then move on. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. If that continues, a problem, and things can go pretty shitty pretty fast.
Here's the thing. The only concern is if we had a big team this week that we're playing against, we could actually see the change. Because we're playing a team that's lower on the ladder, like much lower towards the bottom. I'm not sure if whether or not they're going to get personal this week, and that's my concern. And how do we know? I mean, I guess it's the way they play. It could put them into form. It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen next week on this week on that. So put me back in, Sam. Put yourself back in. Come on,
dude.
Man. Stop playing around with the thing.
Dude. You've got to understand the power of like broadcast. Okay, I was an ex-producer. When you're talking, you should go full frame so people can bloody see you. Damn it.
Okay.
And you should be doing that to me when I'm talking, brother.
All right. Sam's on fire today. Let me just tell you. I mean, you're flexing your muscles, Anyway, listen. Let's wrap up on this topic. There is a video I want to show. So next week, and Rocco, if you're watching next week, Sam is away, so we're going to do a pre-record, and it'll give us a really good chance to do a hypnotic. So what we're thinking about doing, those that are watching, is that we're going to do hypnotic. We're going to just break down hypnosis, what it is for those, because we're both certified hypnotists. I'm going to show a video of what Sam's done recently now, in a moment, maybe now. And that's going to be our topic for next week. And then what I think we should do is, would it be okay for us to do a live hypnotic session if we got someone on?
Yeah, why not? I don't know if they're in agreement to it. We can do it. I mean, it's just a simple thing, really. I mean, we could do a generative kind of relaxation technique. But just before you play the video, Rash, I wanted to just preface something by saying the reason we're showing you this video is not to flex any, our how good we are. It's not about that. Although it looks quite magical, or it looks quite interesting to watch, someone's hands getting stuck on a table and forgetting their name. So the reason for that is because when you focus your attention, and I mean really using your imagination to focus your attention on something, that stuff looks very, very real. Okay, inside our heads, when you focus an absorbed attention on something, and it could be imagining yourself, presenting yourself to someone in a very proud way, a confident way, someone just getting ready for a job interview, winning a game, making an amazing play. It starts in our mind. It's just an imagination. It starts off as a thought, and that thought can actually move into and becomes really, really real. And so this video you're about to see, when Rash kind of, cues it up, will show you someone who's actually super focused, and it's real to him. It's very, very real, what you see. And when you actually share this kind of thing with people, you'll notice people get into a trance anyways. Like you're either in an angry trance or a happy trance, but you're still in some form of a trance where that whole experience, that emotion, makes you look at the world differently.
And it's real. And it's real. That's the point. You know what would be interesting? I would love to see guys put your comments in the chat if you want to jump on board on this, or what you think of this. I mean, I was thinking maybe we should put Rocco on. I mean, Rocco is the guy that says he can't be hypnotized. I think it would be good viewing to get him, see. I mean, with you to put him in some sort of an induction to get him relaxed and see if he's up for that, maybe,
Why not? If he's listening, why not? If there's any people who want to comment and stuff on what you've heard already on the at the beginning of Business is Personal, let us know. And if man, I've got a very important call happening right now. I have to take it. But listen, let's wrap up.
Let me show this video. Let me show this video.
Show the video.
You can mute your thing. Go.
We'll do.
Stuck. This now becomes stuck all the way. What I'm touching right now. Stuck, super low, completely stuck right there. Now I want you to look at me. Now look back at your head. And the more you try to unstick it if you can, the more you try to unstick it, you can find that you can't. The more you try to unstick it, and notice the power of your mind. Come on, now, unstick it. Try to unstick it. Like really, really try to unstick it. You're really trying, aren't you? Like, I mean, really try getting to unstick it. That's really weird. It's actually stuck. Just like that. What do you know? Look at me. Is that hand stuck? I mean, you could try to unstick it. Yeah, that's right. Good. And as you focus your attention on that hand, you begin to notice now, this hand I'm touching right now starts to stick. The more stuck it becomes, that's right. Now this one is stuck just as powerful as this one. Completely and utterly stuck. Boom, 20 times more stuck. The more you focus down on that hand, the more stuck it becomes. Everything's stuck, completely. Even the chair that you're sitting on, completely stuck. Absolutely. Using the power of your mind, only imagine that you're stuck, locked into position. Locked here, and here. Completely stuck. Stuck to the chair. I'm touching right there. Stuck. Super glue. Stuck. Look at me. Can you get out of that chair? Try to get out of that chair. No, really try to get out of that chair. Use all your might and try to get out of that chair. To find that you cannot. Completely. Good. Now in a moment, not just yet, but in a moment. Look at me. Good. What's your name? Good. I'm gonna take that name just for the moment. And open your eyes. I'm gonna throw it right behind you. Boom. Goes further and further away. Completely fades into.
All right, that's enough. I'm not gonna show more than that. That's for next week. We'll show it, but that's you can explain a little bit of that. I'm sure the guys in the comments would love that.
Okay. So I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said earlier, it wasn't just for kicks and giggles. It's just at that point I was working with he's actually a CEO of a large organization, and it was a very casual setting and stuff. And we were near the end, and we wanted to have just a little bit of fun and just to show him how powerful he could change things using the power of his mind. And so we did something called a hand stick. A lot of hypnotists, or some hypnotists, know how to do that. And we did name amnesia, where just very briefly forget your name. And so that was all guided just to see and have him experience something where he can be in control if he wants to, if he decides to. And that was really the point of illustrating that on the power of your mind. You could apply that to basically everything you want in life when you decide to go ahead and do it. And now there are reasons that hold us back. You know, there's certain traumas or memories where we didn't have great experiences, and that holds us back. And, you know, we can help people to move forward by using simple techniques, very playful, very non-obtrusive, even content-free. I really don't need to know the actual problem. And it can get people to change fairly quickly with the power of hypnosis.
Nice comment here by Petra. My wife would like that sort of power. So
yeah, on you or
yeah. All right. So as we wrap up, let's just put some of the branding sort of stuff. So let's put our socials.
We also want to mention, Rash, we also want to mention when you do that now, that this is just an opener. We'd love to talk more and show you more about the power of hypnosis and, you know, just basically how to use and harness the power of your mind, your imagination, to get the things that you want to get, to live a life that you want to live, and for, you know, creating some, you know, awesome stuff. And a lot of sports athletes on a high level are actually engaging with hypnotherapists, with hypnotists on these type of things. And so it works. It definitely works.
You know, I reckon, you know, we talked about it, like one of our first two episodes, we were talking about Harry. Remember when his problem was with his kicking last year, and then he nailed that goal, the big goal. So I think, you know, something's happened there, and without them telling us, the club, but something's happened in the mind. But it is super powerful stuff, guys. Seriously. All right. Here's our socials. So you can find us on Instagram, DM us. We're going to do hypnosis next week. What is hypnosis? We'll call it something like that. And just wanted to also thank the guys at the Jumper Punch, Rocco, Mars, and Polo, for giving us this platform. We
Thanks,
really
guys.
appreciate it. And, hopefully Carlton will have a win next week. The other thing is, I'd really like to, like we spoke about it last couple of weeks, and, if there's any comments out there, please put it in there. You want to jump on the show, quick 5 minutes. We don't have to do necessarily hypnosis. I don't think it's really worked. Maybe people might be a little bit embarrassed or whatever. It's nothing bad. We don't have to, we're not going to make you forget your name, although we can. But what we can do is, maybe give you a relaxation type thing where the audience can join, and then, the person that's on the screen would get into this relaxed mood.
But I also want to mention, Rash, if I may, that the whole purpose of the show is really dissecting challenges. These challenges could be related to sports. They could be related to life in general. They're all psychological challenges that we could, demystify. And that's what we enjoy talking about the most, because, we've come to a place where we've actually seen, including ourselves, things change. So why not share it? And that's really the whole point of doing it here. And you joining us for the ride.
100%, my man. All right, cool. So that's our socials. Send us a DM. Get in contact with us if you want to be on the show or the Jumper Punch channel on Tuesday nights. Before I forget, so you got Jumper Punch on Tuesday nights. We've got Blue Sunday. We've got Double Doubles back, and we've got the Burbs on Wednesday. So check us out. We're here now. The Burbs. It's like street talk. It's very cool. We're here every Thursdays now at 7 p.m. I hope you like the time slot. We're trying it out, and you've been watching The Change Room, Mindful Chats for the Game of Life. Yeah, go talk to me.
Yeah, sorry, man. You know what I actually think? The previous timing that we had was, I think, very early for me, which is why I probably show up a little bit kind of sleepy and stuff, I think. But now it's like at a pretty good time, and you've got a lot of energy and,
No, it's good. It's good. You don't have your Carlton hat on, but it's okay. No problem.
Yeah. Well, imagine that I have it on right now. I'm part of the team. Go Blues.
Hold on. There's a comment here from Petra. Are you going to read that out, and then we're going to close up? So here we go.
So all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. It's not something that someone does to you. It's something you help your brain do to yourself. Yeah, Petra, you get that perfectly. It's whatever you believe in. So if you believe that everything's a challenge, that life is horrible, or whatever it is, or you're successful and you're just very, very lucky, whatever it is that you believe, that's what counts. So you're giving yourself an auto-suggestion, basically, telling yourself that that's the way you see the world. Absolutely. So if it's great for you and that's the way what you tell yourself, that's awesome. Power to you. But if it isn't, and things got to change, then we invite you to reconsider. How about that?
And to you, Rocco, that's watching, I know you're watching. If you believe you can't be hypnotized, you're absolutely correct. So this is the challenge to you. If you believe that you can be hypnotized, we welcome you to come on the show. Ooh. And maybe I might not do it because I'm maybe too close to you, but maybe Sam can do it. And, it'll be good for you to, get out of your box and try something a little bit different, because it does work. It depends on the person.
That's a challenge, eh? That's a challenge.
Challenge for Rocco. I reckon people are going to want
to publicly too, eh?
Oh God.
Yeah.
All right, my man.
Welcome everyone. Welcome Rocco as well. Hope you're watching. Thanks for putting on such a great platform on the Jumper Punch with all the content that you put out and stuff like that. So once again, hope you're doing well, and thanks for watching, everybody, and hopefully see you next week.
Until next week, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Go Blues.
Go Blues.
All right. Later, guys. Adios, amigos.